afternoon, Drygate! I hope you are right. Now, as you can probably tell by that word and that phrase, I'm not actually a real Scotsman. I am a Geordie. Yes! Thank you to my mother in the corner there. Thank you very much for coming through. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit of a story. When I was a young lad, I had a dream to travel to sunnier climates, to actually go places where I've always wanted to go. And many years ago, on the northeast shores in a wonderful little village called Whitley Bay, I met a Glaswegian, thank you. I went to and met a wonderful Glaswegian lassie. You always meet Glaswegian lassies down in Whitley Bay on the coast, especially on September weekends. Okay? Now, at that point then, I thought this was great. Now, I fondly, and I do mean this, I fondly nicknamed her now Wilma Wallace. And the reason why I call her Wilma Wallace, is because on occasion, she'll turn blue and white with anything she sees about Scotland, and she screams at the top of her lungs, "Freedom!" Quite regularly. Thank you, my friend. She must have learned it from you. So, shouts freedom, and that's not because I've got her locked in the boot of my car, or stuck inside my cellar beneath the house. Now, after getting my passport and my visa stamped and getting my tetanus injections, I eventually moved across the border and moved to bonny, sunnier climates of Scotland. And I have to say, I fucking love it. Yep, say that with a Geordie twang, well and truly, that just sends people wild. Fucking love it, isn't it? It's brilliant. Thank you for the fun. You can tell you thank you. Come back next week. Anyway, moving on. Over the last few years, I've now started saying a few words that I don't understand why they just drop in there for. Two of my favourite words that I use quite regularly, number one is hoose, and number two is trousers. Bizarrely, don't know why. Now, there's a bizarre word that you all use quite regularly, and I love it now. But this bizarre word that you use is called oos. 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 Now, one day, I could hear my lady, Wilma, screaming from upstairs, "There's oos about the hoose." And I said to myself, did I just hear her right? Did she just say there's a moose in the hoose? So, as the man I am, dived up the stairs like a leaping gazelle, ran through the door and went, "Where's the moose about the hoose?" She went, "There isn't a moose about the hoose." I was saying, there's oos about the hoose. And there's oos on your trousers. And I went, "Where's the oos on my trousers?" "There." I went, "Where?" "There." "What the fuck is oos?" She says to me, "It's called dust." Fucking dust. Right? Just call it dust. Now, my Wilma, protecting her name for certain reasons, she's a little bit sarcastic, right? A little bit sarcastic, just a little bit. So there's this one day, I decided to get myself a kilt. Okay? Thank you very much. When deciding to get this kilt, because I was a Scottish representative for a travel company, and now me, thank you very much. Appreciate that, Bill in the front row. She said, "That's a great idea. We'll go on an event together, wear your kilt." I thought, perfect. I'll wear the kilt. So off we go to the event. But before we got there, she said to me another bizarre word, quite a fascinating word in Scottish, right? That you all use as well. She says, "You've got peely wally knees." Stand corrected. What the fuck is peely wally? Is it the way I'm standing? She went, "No, your knees are pale." I went, "Fucking thanks for telling us then. Lovely." So off we jaunt. New kilt, happy days. Sauntering into the car, drove to the place, got to the place. We literally walked to the table. As I got to the table, I thought I was fucking fantastic. We sat down, she sends me to the bar. Off I go to the bar, and I'm walking to the bar. thinking I'm great. Get the drinks, come back to the table, go to the table, go back to the bar, come back from the bar, heading to the toilet, right? Thinking it'd be easier in a fucking kilt. No, it wasn't, right? Thank you, that's me adopting a bit of Scottish language in there now. It wasn't, It was the most awkwardest position I've ever been in my life in a kilt. And it should be looser. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Thank you. So, I come back to the table. And I sit myself down at the table, just get myself comfortable there. She leans across to me and says, in a lovely little Scottish twang, and whispers in my ear, and I thought, aye, aye, I'm in for a bit of sugar here, like she's gonna kiss my cheek. And she says, just stand up for us, will you, love? I went, oh, hang on, it's getting better, here we go. So I stand up, she leans over, and she pulls one stitch out. Thought, right. She pulls the second stitch out, and I'm like, mm-hmm. She pulls the third stitch out, and in my head I'm thinking, what the fuck? You've had me walking around here like wearing a pencil skirt, going to the bar, getting your drinks, everything else. Fuck me. Now at that point there, I felt very free. I felt very loose. And at that point, for a change, I had the chance to shout at the top of my lungs in that event, freedom! Thank you very much, Try Again. I've been Lee Foster. Thank you very much. Take care. Back to you, Viv.